March, April, May, June. Right. Will we feel the same when we start playing football again? If indeed it even happens in middle of June or the end of June. Who knows? I suppose let's fast forward until that time. Maybe even to next season. Are we still going to be questioning if Robert Snodgrass is a Premier League player or is he a Championship player? What about David Moyes? Do we want him out? Want somebody else in? Should we be getting a top class manager from Europe or from anywhere else for that matter? What about the players that we've got? Should they be doing better? Are we still going to be here moaning, grumbling, especially me, about the way they perform, the way they've been playing, the way they capitulated, how we let in goals for fun, our woeful defence, our chronic midfield and our absolutely calamitous strike force? Are we still going to be the same? I don't know. I don't know. This is not me trying to tell you if we will or we won't. It just kind of, we've had a long time off now, haven't we? We had a long time to think about football, think about hopefully when it returns. And you kind of wonder, after everything that we've been through, are we still going to be thinking along the same lines? Are we going to be more charitable towards our footballers and the way they entertain us or don't in many cases? Are we going to be more forgiving when they just can't string two passes together? Or are we going to be still as hard and still as demanding as we always were? There's no doubt as West Ham fans, we love our football. We love the football to be played in the right way. But I suppose you could say that of every football fan in the land. We all want to see good football. We all want to see our teams do well. And we all want to see us stuff the opposition, don't we? But will it change? Will this big holiday from football that we've had, will it change our views? Will it change the views of the footballers themselves? Will football itself change? And I'm not just talking about the game, I'm talking about the whole structure, the fabric of the leagues, of the way money has come into the game, the way agents have really had a massive impact the last couple of years, especially seem to have growing importance. Are there some of the bad things of football that we can actually get rid of now? Now, I said in a previous video, actually, I'd hope that the powers that be will be taking this time to sort out some of the problems, let's say with VAR or the offside rule or the handball rule, all that kind of stuff. Whether they will or not, I think would be a missed opportunity. But I think they should have done. Now all eyes are just trying to get the players back up to speed, getting them training again as in small groups and then expand over the next 3 or 4 weeks. And then hopefully, if all goes well with society and the coronavirus, whether the leagues will start up again. And then where we're going to play the games, is there going to be a case of, right, let's just get the games played and then finish the season and then start again from September? Or are we going to start arguing about home and away, in front of crowds, not in front of crowds, that kind of thing? How much is at stake for each club to want to void the season or to want to finish it off? Because whichever way you look at it, as we know, if you void the season, then there's going to be those teams from the Championship who spent so much money trying to get up. They're going to have a legal case to actually say, hold on a minute, whoa, we deserve to go up. If we finish off the season, then they're going to be the teams that are suffering, let's say, and we're in that fight as well. They say, well, actually, we're not going to have home advantage. We're not going to have any benefit for us to play these games. For us, our home form is pretty crummy anyway. So it might do us a favour to play away or play behind closed doors. But let's know what you think. What do you think will be the big thing that we'll learn from this? What will be the learning points? Will we take stock? Will we find a new way to appreciate football? Will we finally actually just see the game for what it is, as some kind of entertainment? Or will we slowly but surely get back to our territorial ways, get back to our over enthusiasm for the game, let's say, and voicing our opinions in our sometimes muted manner or sometimes very vitriolic manner. We will still be making videos. Who knows? But for me, I think there's going to be a massive change in how we view football and how football is going to be played, certainly for the next year or so. And I suppose it really depends how society changes as well, is how we'll change, and also what we will be allowed to do. We'll be allowed to go and watch football as we always did, or will there be massive changes? Now, if you're a West Ham fan watching this and you go to games, you'll know that actually getting to the stadium, well, not getting to the stadium is an issue, but getting into the stadium is a big issue because of all the security checks that they have. And fans are always moaning about how long it takes to do all the security checks. It's been there ever since we started there. And you have this big bottleneck at each point of the stadium, especially coming from the shopping centre. So how are you actually going to maintain this 2 metre distancing, if that is still in force, of course? What kind of craziness is going to ensue at that point? You can just see it. You can just see the pandemonium that's going to go on. You can just see the verbal abuse that the security people are going to be having, as if they don't get enough already, just for doing their job, honestly. I know it's frustrating for everybody going through this, but those security checks are there for a reason. We all know that. But also, it's going to be a right palaver, isn't it? I think the London Stadium definitely needs to change the way they do things, no doubt. But also, as fans, we're going to have to maybe change our expectations. That's what I'm looking for. Expectations on about going to football, about having a day out with our friends, going into the pubs, going into supporters club, all that kind of thing. At some point, we hope we will be able to get back to a normal Saturday football fixture, or Wednesday or Thursday or whatever. But I think it's going to take time. That's the thing. I think it's going to take a long time, probably a lot longer than many of us would like to admit or would even hope for. I think many of us are hoping that the season will start and then maybe not watch games for the rest of this season, if they ever do finish it off, but certainly at the start of next season, we'll all be going back to games again. I've got a feeling we're going to have to wait a long time before we can go to watch games like we used to. There'll be a lot more online viewing, online streaming, I think, in between then. What will they do in the meantime? The powers that be, the FA, the Premier League, the clubs themselves, and the television companies. Are they going to allow free-to-air viewing of all the games? Is there going to be kind of a game sharing across all the online platforms or Sky? Are the clubs themselves going to stream the games to fans? What about the financial kind of implications for the clubs, but also for the fans as well? Will there be any kind of money back? Will there be any kind of discount for next season? How many games into the next season are we going to have to wait before we can go to the games? And also go to the games unhindered and be together collectively as a group. Just think about it. We're going to have to stand shoulder to shoulder and mix with total strangers, for want of a better word. I know you might know people around you in the ground, but essentially you're in a big crowd, so you could be amongst total strangers. We have no idea what implications that might be for us, but certainly right now it doesn't look very safe, does it? But we're hoping that by that point, we would have had some kind of change to society, change to the footballing rules, whatever. I think it's just going to be a different landscape, a different way to watch football, a different way to appreciate football, and a different way that the players will be playing as well. There's no doubt that it's in their minds right now what they should be doing. Is this a safe thing for them to be doing? When will they return to work, as it were, and when will they have to continue or start entertaining again? That's one of the key things. How are they going to feel to be playing all their games behind closed doors? And how are they going to feel when they have to play in front of a crowd again? And also, after all the dust has settled, as I've already mentioned, will there be as much demand in the game as well? Will players be in such high demand? Will they be offered such ridiculous contracts anymore? Will clubs still want to pay the same amount of money as they once were? Maybe not. That's the thing. Maybe not. We're in for big changes here. I know that. You know that. I know that. But we can be hopeful that at some point games will be played again. I'm hopeful they will be, and I'm really, now my colours to the mast, as it were. That's not right, but you know what I mean. But I don't mind having the games played behind closed doors at all. I just want the games played. I want to see results, and I actually want to see the season end, and then I want to see a start of next season. I don't mind actually having to sacrifice not going to games for a couple of months, 2 3 months, 4 months, even into next year maybe. I don't mind that as long as the games start playing. But let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know if you, what you're really hopeful for, and do you think there will be a big change when we do start going to games, or when games are played? I could be wrong. I could be, this could be, wishful thinking, but I think there will be attitude changes from the players, the fans, everybody concerned. Certainly for the first year. I think I'm just going to be happy when I can go to a game with my lad, meet up with the lads, have a couple of jars, just have some fun, and cheer on the mighty Hammers. How about you? Catch you again. Please subscribe to Irons United and check out their website, ironsunited.wordpress.com, and I'll catch you on the next video. Ta-ra now.